Which point lies in the solution set of the system of inequalities? 2y minus x is greater than or equal to negative 6, and 2y minus 3x is less than negative 6. So when you graph a system of inequalities, you end up with two shaded regions. I want to figure out which of these points lies in the overlap of those two shaded regions. Without a graphing calculator, you're going to have to substitute each of these points in. And when you substitute these in, you're looking for the point that makes a true statement in both inequalities. If it makes a true statement in both inequalities, then that point lies in the overlap of those two shaded regions, or in other words, that point is in the solution set of the system. So we're going to start with letter A, negative 4, negative 1. We're going to put negative 4 in for x and negative 1 in for y into that first inequality. So when you do that, you end up with 2 times negative 1 minus negative 4 is greater than or equal to negative 6. That's negative 2 plus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 6. And then 2 is greater than or equal to negative 6. That's a true statement. So since that's a true statement, that means that point lies on the graph of that first inequality. But it has to also lie on the graph of the second inequality. So it has to work when you substitute it into the second inequality. Going to again substitute negative 4 in for x and negative 1 in for y. When you do that, you get negative 2 plus 12 is less than negative 6. That's 10 is less than negative 6. That's a false statement. 10 is not less than negative 6. So that point does not lie on the graph of that second inequality. It lies on the graph of the first inequality, but not the second. So letter A is out. Move on to letter B. So for point B, 3, 1. Substitute 3 in for x, 1 in for y. When you do that, you have 2 times 1 minus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 6. That'd be 2 minus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Negative 1 is greater than or equal to negative 6, and that is a true statement. So since that's a true statement, that point B, 3, 1, lies on the graph of the first inequality. But that means nothing. It also has to lie on the graph of the second inequality. So substitute 3, 1 into that second inequality. Put 3 in for x and 1 in for y. And when you do that, you get 2 minus 9 is less than negative 6. 2 minus 9 is negative 7. Negative 7 is less than negative 6. That's a true statement. So right here we have two true statements. That means that point is in the solution set of that system. And if you have a graphing calculator, it makes it real easy, because the graph of that first inequality is this green graph, and the graph of the second inequality is that blue graph. And you can see this point 3, 1 lies in the overlap of those two inequalities. So correct answer here is letter B, 3, 1.